That doesn't look good. Ooh, ouch. We're at our garage and test facility. Let's roll out our vehicle of the week. Looks like we got ourselves another Toyota Tundra. Just had one 4 months ago. That's okay. I'll take all they send. I like the Tundra. One of my favorite trucks. This one has the TRD Pro package. Includes some very special shocks. That's why they're painted red. TRD wheels, which are easier to see when they're not coated with dirt and dust. There we go. Got some skid plates under there for heavy-duty off-roading. TRD leather seats. TRD special floor mats. And TRD exhaust system. And they shipped it all the way from Texas, where it is made, by the way, by American workers, for those of you who only buy American products. We also tested and did a video on the all-new 2021 Ford F-150 3.5 hybrid truck. We'll have a link for that video at the end of this video. And we ran $600 worth of gas out of this Ram 1500 TRX Hellcat truck. All yours for 100 grand, 8 miles to the gallon. Watch that video. We'll have a link for that at the end of this video as well. 460 videos to choose from overall. This Tundra hasn't had much of an update in the past decade. Could use a few changes, nothing serious. So let's take a closer look. Under the hood we get the proven 5.7 liter V8. Very strong engine, runs forever. Is a bit of a gas guzzler though, with the 4x4 system and double cab. 13 in the city, 17 on the highway, and around 14 overall. That's certainly a lot less than the economical Ford EcoBoost engines. However, if you compare this to other V8s like the Ford 5.0 V8, averaging around 16 and the Ram at 17, yeah, this still guzzles more gas, but there's not that much difference overall. 1 or 2 miles to the gallon. This has less to do with engine efficiency and more to do about overall weight. This is a very well-built truck and thus very, very heavy, especially if you load it down with the 4x4 system. You want a vehicle that's going to last, here you go. You just got to pay for it in fuel economy, that's all. No aluminum bodies on this rig. Not much anyway. And along with vehicle weight, another reason we have poor fuel economy numbers has to do with this antique 6-speed automatic transmission. While most trucks are going to 8 to 10 speeds, but on the positive side, this is a durable gearbox, indestructible. I don't think I've ever seen one wear out. So again, you want something built that's going to last, or are you worried about fuel economy? Maybe we'll get an 8-speed in a year or two, but not this year. One complaint that we often hear from vehicle testers has to do with the cabin, which is a bit on the plain side compared to the fancy stuff we get on the Ford F-150 and the Ram. Okay, there's nothing fancy here. However, on the positive side, we get function and simplicity. For the climate control, very simple buttons and knobs, and large knobs you can operate with gloves, not this little dinky things I'm seeing on other trucks. The 4-wheel drive system, a very simple knob, again large. Large buttons over here. A large glove box with lots of room if you take that super thick owner's book out that you're probably never going to read. A super large storage bin in between the seats. Now, I will admit the info screen's not that large, but it's more than adequate for any task I want. And one thing I do not want to see on a truck are those giant info screens that are like a foot tall, foot wide, like you have in a Tesla. No, I don't want that on a truck. Because as soon as the warranty goes out, those things are going to break and they're going to cost you an arm and leg to fix. No, this is fine. And my favorite of all, since I'm going to be looking at this every time I'm driving, a very simple gauge cluster, lots of useful information, no gimmicks. the way it should be. My only complaint with the Tundra interior, why is it you get map pockets on the passenger seat, but not on the driver's seat? Are they doing this to save 50 cents in production costs? I don't get it. Overall, I have no complaints with the Tundra interior. Just the way I like it. No gimmicks, no nonsense, just pure function, the way it should be on a truck. The base price of a Tundra starts around $34,000. This was loaded up with a lot of goodies, so this one's $51,000. You think that's a lot? You should see the Ford F-150 Ram I had recently. They were reaching up to 70 grand. Compared to that, this is more of a bargain, I think. Okay, enough show and tell. Let's go out and do some driving. Okay, it's dark. Let's take these lights out, see what they do. They definitely look pretty bright. And those were the low beams. Now we got them a high beam, even brighter. And here are the low beams on a building 100 feet away. Pretty bright. Good white spread, good height. High beams looking good. Regarding headlights, if you own a Tundra, pay attention. If you have a dial like this, no, it's not for brightening or dimming the instrument panel. It's for headlight alignment, raising or lowering the angle. And I'm willing to bet that 90% of Tundra owners don't know what this is, but now you do. I like the power steering system you get on the Tundras. Not too light, not too heavy. Just about what a truck feel should be. Thumbs up for me. I've always been impressed with the TRD suspension, so let's take some speed humps around 20 miles per hour and see what happens. Here comes bump number 1. Pretty smooth. Got some hop from the rear wheels because I have an empty bed. That's to be expected. Number 2. Number 3. Here comes the nasty speed bump. Felt that one, but comfortable enough. Here's a super nasty speed bump that I never take, but let's do 15 miles per hour on this one. See what happens. Very smooth on the front. A bit of hopping around on the back, but didn't really feel anything. These are great shocks. That's why you pay extra for them. Just a footnote here. Over the years, many vehicle testers and consumer publications have been telling their audience not to order the TRD suspension because it stiffens the ride too much and makes it very uncomfortable to drive. And I've driven more than they have, and I can tell you that statement is not true. The base suspension on the Tundra is adequate, but if you're going to do any serious off-roading, the TRD setup should be considered mandatory. And even when you're not out in the dirt, on the street, it provides crisper handling as well without a sacrifice in ride, so I don't think I'd own a Tundra without this setup myself. The Tundra is a smooth highway cruiser. The EPA mileage of 17 mpg you can get if you're cruising around 65 miles per hour. Take it to 75 miles per hour, do a lot of passing, plan around 16 and a half. I've driven about a dozen of these and they're all about the same. The TRD exhaust sounds pretty nice in the city, but on the highway the droning gets kind of annoying. I think I'd do away with it myself, but if you like hearing the roar of a V8, go for it. I love this engine, has plenty of torque, great for climbing these steep grades. We're climbing to 6,500 feet from 1,200 feet. I don't think that's going to help fuel economy much, but I guess we'll find out when we get there. Plus I'm passing everything on the road because we have a lot of slope oaks. That doesn't help either. Well, this highway trip was totally uphill, gained a lot of elevation. I don't think it's going to help fuel economy much, but let's see what it is. For the first 80 miles, I was getting 15.5 mpg. Not bad considering the elevation I was climbing up at the last 1,000 feet was very steep. And then 16 miles, 14.1 mpg. Level ground, expect 16 to 16 and a half. We're going to take this out and play in the dirt, and a lot of testers are always telling us how the TRD suspension has such a rough ride in the Tundra, and they do not know what they're talking about. I've driven plenty of these. You get off in the sticks with these ruts and potholes. Actually, it's pretty smooth and does a great job absorbing all the impacts. I don't know what they're bitching about. Well, they're city guys. What do you expect, right? Order the TRD suspension if you can afford it. You'll be very, very pleased. Oh, good. Someone didn't put out their campfire. We're all going to burn alive. Have we got some steaks in the ice chest? Maybe we can go out and barbecue some. Did you eat them all?
Yep.
The only disadvantage of having a Tundra, it's a wide truck, making it difficult to fit in narrow trails. I do think we'll manage, though. Just barely. If we retract the mirrors, anyway. If you're going camping and need a truck to hold lots of gear, here you go. If you need a truck that's reliable, not going to break down and strand you, definitely here you go. I'm not going to do a lot of off-roading video. I think we all know the Tundra's capable in the dirt and in the forest and all the back trails. Time to go into town and wrap up this video. After I stop for gas, which this uses a lot. But that's okay, it's a big truck. Who cares when you're having fun? Getting a little smoky out here. So what do I think about this Tundra after a week of driving? I'll give you two good reasons why you should buy a Tundra over the other brand of full-size trucks. Number one, reliability. It is a fact, not an opinion, a fact that the Tundra is the most reliable full-size truck on the market. 250, 300,000 miles without any major repairs. Yes, some of the other brand trucks can go 250, 300,000 miles after you replace the turbochargers and transmissions and all the electronic components, spend a fortune out of warranty. You won't have that problem with the Tundra. And number two, the Tundra has the highest resale of any full-size truck on the market. If you don't believe me, try to buy one. Even a nice 10-year-old, one owner, in great shape, brings a fortune, about 50% more than other brand trucks. So even though you pay a bit more at the dealer because they don't discount much, you get your money back when it comes time to trade it in or sell it. Look, it's like this. If you're someone who buys a truck and trades it in every 3 years, it really doesn't matter what brand you get. You're under warranty, something goes wrong, they'll fix it. But if you're going to buy a truck to keep for a long time, like 10 years or so, 300,000 miles, long term, the Tundra should be your first choice, and it certainly would be mine. Here's some video links to other trucks we've driven and did videos on. Just click and watch and subscribe. It costs a lot of money to feed these gas monsters.